Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be going over some information, going over the 35.1 update which should be released in the next couple of weeks, and there's going to be various changes to the game with this update. And we'll read through the introduction here, and it says, recently we received a myriad of player feedback around many different aspects of Road to Survival. While we're currently working on many of these requests, we're extremely excited to begin to pull back the curtain on the next update today, with the release of 35.1 tentatively releasing in the next month or so. We'll be making several updates and improvements to various features. So it does look like there's going to be quite a few updates to come, but the information we've been given so far basically seems to revolve a lot around new player experience, which is definitely something that I've talked about in the last 6 months as something that definitely needs to be improved, because it is something that is honestly, it must be terrible. It must be a terrible experience coming into the game and having to do that initial run through. If you don't know the way the game works at the moment, when it comes to like building your town, there's no skip button, nothing like that on buildings. Hopefully that is something that is going to be implemented so that people can skip for at least, like, I don't know, 2 hours of building. Having to sit there for 15 to 20 minutes, even though it's not that long in terms of upgrading like a farm or something, having to do that every single time as a new player, I can see it getting boring very fast. You want it to be very rewarding, lots of skip buttons, lots of progression really quickly, really early. And you also want to have new players to have tons of energy. Whenever this new update does drop, with the new player experience effectively being in place, I'll most likely start a brand new game just to play through it. I'll most likely do it on a very particular stream just to play through the new player experience and see what it's like for new players. Now there are some other things that are going to be happening in the game as well, and they're going to be removing some of the dated side missions and replacing them with all new progression mission system. As it says, first we'll be removing the dated side mission system and replacing it with an all new progression mission system. Progression missions are a new linear set of missions designed to teach newer players the ropes of RTS. This is going to play into the new player experience because the side missions are basically telling you where to go and what to do, but the current ones are going to be removed and new ones are going to be added. If you are a veteran player, you know, you're maxed out, you've been playing for the last couple of years, you will get these new progression missions as well, and they should auto-complete the ones you've already done. For instance, if it says to get to story mission 25.8, well, you've already done that, so it should get automatically progressed. But there will perhaps be some that you may need to go out and actually do if you want to actually get the progression mission rewards. It does say that this is going to provide new players with the first Mythic Fighter team, and many of the consumable items they will need to progress those fighters, so including Maddox, Madelines, various gear medals, so on and so forth. So you as a veteran player will also be rewarded with these things. Now this does mean the current side missions that you have available to you right now are going to be removed, but you can still get the rewards for these if you so wish. You can see that you can get various rewards, and some of them are pretty good. If you like level up and gain Mythic Fighters, you can potentially get some Gold Mythic tokens in return. You can also get XP if you are someone who is trying to, you know, get some XP and you're not maxed out level. I think there's ones for winning raids, as you can see there, but I think there is XP for doing other things as well. So the current side system is pretty vast, and you can definitely get some rewards out of this. Not necessarily rewards that are on par, kind of like these current radios, as you can see. But there is something that's going to be happening with these radios as well. Now, if you didn't know, the bronze and silver radios unlock the uncommon gear and rare gear roadmaps. I could go onto the rare gear roadmap here and I can unlock it. I'm not going to do that because they are actually going to be running like an event of some kind, or at least an exchange where you can exchange your current radios for rewards, as these are going to be removed, as are potentially the roadmaps here as well. As it says, existing radio roadmaps will be removed entirely. The rewards provided here are no longer relevant to most players and will become even less relevant with the addition of the progression mission system. These roadmaps will be replaced with new player exclusive roadmaps intended to help newer players get caught up with existing players in a more efficient manner. It goes on to say, with this in mind, we don't want to leave our existing players sitting high and dry with all the radios you have collected over the years, so we're hard at work preparing a new event to give radios one last hurrah. Rewards for this event will include advanced mythic tokens and more, so keep an eye out for details on this in the near future. So if you have got lots and lots of bronze and silver radios, and I believe there are actually gold radios as well, I'm not sure if they're hidden. I might actually have some. I think there was like potentially like a combat mod roadmap at one point. I can't really remember. But you will potentially be able to get some advanced mythic tokens from all those bronze and silver radios. I don't think anyone would have expected that really. Now this is not all, as there is going to be a brand new character to be added to the game as part of the progression missions. As it says, finally, upon completing all progression missions, players will receive all 5 copies of progression mission exclusive Gold Mythic Maggie Greene. So you're going to be able to get an exclusive character, and this is what she is going to look like visually. You can see the art of the character here, as she looks like she's going to be outside of Hilltop here, although it doesn't look too much like Hilltop. It looks like somewhere else. Telltale fans, maybe you recognize where this is from. But visually on Maggie herself, you can see she's wearing the hat of Glenn. So the timeline of this is after the meeting with the Saviors, obviously. And it does look like she's going to be a tough character, as she has got that bow. I do love bows. I do love crossbows. I think they'd be so much more abundant than they are in RTS. There's guns everywhere. Ammunition is very short supply, but bows and stuff would be just, I'm sure they'd be much more heavily used. But we can see the bow here. I like it. Potentially a tough character. We'll have to find out more information when this character is fully released, and I'll obviously be bringing you guys a preview of this character when I can. Now, of course, like it already said with the other progression mission rewards, veterans will have access to Gold Mythic Maggie Greene. Now, I wouldn't expect her to be a top tier character in any way, as she is effectively the introduction character. But you'd hope she'd have something on her kit that would have some sort of reasonable longevity. She could potentially be a leader of some kind. We'll have to wait and see when she is fully released, like I say. If you've got any sort of thoughts or hopes of what Maggie Greene's going to be like, please leave them down below in the comments. It's actually really good that they're bringing out Gold Mythic Maggie Greene, as I have seen that be a character that has been heavily requested because she's had a silver for so long, as Maggie is one of the main characters in the franchise, so fully deserving that Gold Mythic version. So that's it, the little preview here of update 35.1. It does look like the majority of it is, like I say, going to be about that new player experience, but veterans will be able to benefit as well. It is going to be interesting to see how those radios are going to be exchanged or used. The fact that you can get potentially advanced mythic tokens for how many you've got. I've got hundreds of these things, so hopefully I'm going to get rewarded heavily because I've got hundreds, and it isn't going to be like for every 100 you've got, you're going to get like 100 advanced mythic tokens. That exchange would not feel too good. I'm hoping that because I've got tons, I'm going to get some pretty good rewards here. This is maybe going to be a good feeling. We'll see, we'll see. The first of many updates, guys. I'll bring more info on future ones as well. Do leave your thoughts down below in the comments about this particular update. What other things you want to see sort of prioritize when it comes to actually updating them in the game, bring them up to the Mythic era. All thoughts, like I say, in the comments down below. That is the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.